The Papua New Guinea authorities cleared the Manus Island detention center Friday, sending hundreds of asylum seekers to new facilities on the island and ending the standoff that had been escalating since Australia decommissioned the center on October 31. Video footage from inside the camp on Thursday showed scenes of chaos. With asylum seekers screaming, immigration officials could be seen using long metal poles to rifle through the men's belongings and push them from the camp where they have been living since they were first placed on Manus by Australia in 2013. On Friday, the police said 328 holdouts had been removed and sent to 3 alternative centers closer to the island's main town of Logor. Many of the men said the centers lacked mattresses and, in some cases, water and electricity. "Things are really looking messed up right now," said Abdulaziz Muhammad, a Sudanese refugee, in an interview from Manus. "We have been forcibly removed from where we were to places that are not even ready. Australia has refused to resettle any migrants who approach the country by boat, a policy intended to discourage dangerous ocean crossings and human smuggling. Since 2013, Australia has paid Papua New Guinea, its closest neighbour, to house hundreds of migrants caught at sea while trying to reach the continent. There are now 843 asylum seekers on Manus Island, all men, with a large contingent from Iran, but also from other countries in the Middle East, Africa and South Asia. Of those, 328 were still at the detention camp Friday, after 50 were forced to leave Thursday. Many of them have already had their asylum claims vetted and approved by the United States and are awaiting placement there, but American officials have not said how many will be accepted, or when. Nearly 200 have been rejected or have not completed the process. They are stuck on Manus indefinitely, in legal limbo. Tensions over the asylum seekers have grown since the governments of Australia and Papua New Guinea agreed in April to close the detention centre by October 31. Hundreds of the men refused to leave the camp, citing fears that they would be attacked or robbed by local residents, and complaining about unfinished housing. They also saw an opportunity to mount a protest that would bring attention to what they describe as 4.5 years of torture by the Australian government. While the men in the shuttered camp found ways to survive on their own, with food and medicine smuggled in at night, officials in both countries have been warning that their refusal to leave would eventually be treated as trespassing. On Thursday, Papua New Guinea police and immigration officials raided the camp and insisted that everyone must go. Several asylum seekers reported that the authorities had damaged personal property, seized cell phones and intimidated the men who resisted. "They've destroyed everything, our belongings, our shelters, our rooms and beds," said Baruz Buchai, a Kurdish asylum seeker and journalist in the center, who was arrested and released Thursday. "They said, 'You must leave this prison camp.